Lies of P is a wonderful and soul-crushing experience that inspires me with the urge to parry everything and not dodge, very much to my detriment, making it my favorite. Alongside its obscene amount of weapon variety, you can find so many powerful and unique combos. However, most people tend to find a weapon and stick with it throughout their entire run. However, I believe in equality and in giving every weapon combo a chance, no matter how niche or terrible, to shine. So in order to be unbiased and not blatantly copy another video, I've decided to abandon my free will and have my supposed friends pick my weapons, most of whom have never played a Souls game before. Here are the rules. Don't worry, to make sure you don't get bored, I put a little Subway Surfer gameplay in the corner, just for you. Also, for the aesthetic, I'll call them laws. Law 1. After every boss kill, I must immediately change my weapon to whatever one of my friends chose. This one rule has a lot of addendums. There is a lot that goes into keeping it consistent. A boss, from my definition, will be an enemy with a unique name and health bar. I must kill every boss possible before moving on to the next chapter of the game. If I see the name and health bar, I'm locked into killing them, and I'll try to avoid using consumables on main bosses. I'll try to get as many weapons from as many people as possible for flavor, but I'm allowed to double dip once per person. There's also a secret rule I won't mention because I love engagement and you have to watch to find out. Law 2. I must collect every weapon possible. No, not picking up certain bad weapons. I'm picking up everything. Law 3. I'm going for a normal ending for an achievement. I'll still kill the true final boss. Law 4. No phantoms.
I'm doing this my way!
Law 5. No respecking. To prevent me from just changing to a build that can properly use the weapon I'm given. Law 6. I never used it, so cubes are banned too, I guess. Law 7. I'm starting this from a new game save file, meaning my friends will get more and more weapon combinations throughout the whole run. Now that all that boring stuff is out of the way, I can finally begin my thinly veiled excuse to replay Lies of P and make a video about it. What the hell was that? Well, it's time to immediately go to my inventory, because we already have our weapon, which means I can do the epic speedrun strat. And get one of the few choices I have this run, my starting stats. I go for the obvious one. Path of Balance is, well, balanced. And now I have the freedom to move, I can finally introduce the weapon I have in my hand. This section after the weapon intro will be dedicated to talking about the weapon and giving a fun fact about the friend who gave it to me, which may or may not be real. This weapon was picked by someone we refer to as D, who was voted most likely to enter the Squid Games and die at red light green light. And he chose the Azure Dragon Crescent Glaive. It's a weapon that quite literally did not exist the last time I played this game, and was added in patch 1.5.0 as a collab weapon for Wo-Long-Fallen Dynasty, a game I really need to play one day. And instead of making more content or explaining it, P just materialized it into his inventory with no explanation, thus making it a starter weapon and valid for my rules. Being a special weapon given right at the beginning of the game, this thing is, really strong, and the early game enemies didn't really stand a chance. This intro area was even easier than normal because of my weapon. This oversized police Bobby honestly never stood a chance. It doesn't matter how washed I am, Hunk still got it. There isn't much else to say. It's the baby goo goo gaga get used to the game starter area, so... Anyways, welcome to Krot Central Station Plaza, or rather, the nicest part of Birmingham, where the locals are as friendly as anything made in Birmingham can muster. As we venture deeper into this cursed city, we will fight horrors beyond our imagination, including puppets, monsters, and Italian people. But man-made horrors beyond my comprehension is for later, and I need to get the first outfit together first. Perfect. Skipping through that, I get the 3 starter weapons near the first boss, and enter the arena. Fun fact, I have never lost to any variation of Parade Master. Ever. After fighting him for about 7 seconds, I quickly realized he is not built for this. He is made to entertain, not to fight the greatest puppet to ever do it. Parade Master ends up being a victim and is not a real challenge. Therefore, he's never gonna come close to killing me. Ever. And now that the fraud is dead, it's time to finally rank the weapon. And while our time was short, this thing is incredible. S tier. And with her death comes a new weapon. Chosen by Snowluck, who would totally cash at me $800 when he gets to this part of the video. Right? A very standard beginner weapon. Nothing really terrible. Just, you know, standard. Furthermore, there's not really many options to choose from. We're still in the early game. The Build-A-Bear workshop is still closed, so not many options. But trust me, we won't be scraping the bottom of the barrel. We'll be going below it. But now it's time to lie of P and enter the hotel into a title card. Today, we'll be counting how many parries I miss. It's here we meet our Emerald Ergo Keeper, the listener, Sophia, and our Eugene. Wonder what she's thinking.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Furthermore, I meet Merchant Hag Melantina because I need to stock up on some life gems. I also talk to Granny and get the "my mother dressed me for school" fit. Exiting the hotel, we enter the next area. Okay, but first I gotta say something. The damage is okay, right? But a little bit after I start fighting, I'm introduced to the worst part about this weapon. It just keeps clinking. It's giving me PTSD from my For Honor days. There's also this area that unfortunately gave me my first death of the run. Say hello to the death count. Don't worry, you won't be seeing it much. I promise. After saying hi to the locals, they were kind enough to sell me a stolen coil and a stick. Thereafter, I, slipped. And oh hey, look, it's back again. I tell an old woman I'll pick up her baby from daycare, and, okay, this quick side note. I'm going to be grabbing as much humanity as possible so I can get a certain weapon in order to not fail the collect every weapon challenge part of the run. Moving on, I get into an altercation with a police officer, to which I resolve it by de-escalating and calmly defusing the situation by stabbing them 57 times, the true Italian way. I grab the weapon of the officer and flee the scene like any law-abiding citizen would, and go to see the sights. First, I visit Great London Bridge, and meet my favorite homeless man. He's won me about 70 pounds through betting in illegal knife fights. However, it seems he's confused me for his next opponent, and pulls out his comically large knife. Which is honestly the main reason he's won so many. And I am unfortunately forced to put down my favorite homeless guy. The fight was honestly nothing special, except for the fact that I can't parry anything and kept getting slammed into the ground for no reason. But he's an early game enemy, so it couldn't last much longer. Just look at the flowers.
I demanded the truth. Now I feel bad for my comrade.
After getting slightly less blood on my hands than usual, I meet my father, who keeps calling me a good boy without my consent. But more importantly, he gives us the Enigma assembly tool shortly after we kill the Mad Donkey. This finally unlocks the Build-A-Bear workshop, and finally allows for some real weapon variety, so that the real suffering can finally begin. But before I introduce the next weapon, I need to rank the Puppet Saber. It was overall decent, and what you expect of an early game weapon. B tier, not much to say. Coming off the loss of my greatest homeless man, I'm forced to look forward to new prospects. Like our next weapon, which may or may not look slightly familiar. Chosen by Chris, who would be cancelled within 5 seconds if he were to become famous. Wait, if I was supposed to be lying. Now looking at this weapon, I immediately become very nervous, because the damage was only decent when the blade was slashing. But this blade stabs! I decided to use my, at this point, very limited upgrade materials to get it to +1. This ends up not really mattering, because when I decided to try out the damage, I proceeded to get absolutely mauled and die before I even got to do the neat title intro. Now it's kinda too late, but I guess that works. It's at this point that I realized my reward for beating the Mad Donkey, which is the worst weapon. It was so bad, I decided to do a shortcut run and get quickly mauled again. But hey, at least I got the shortcut. Skipping forward again, because I don't have much footage from the beginning of the game due to storage issues, I eliminate the babysitter for no real reason, honestly. I pick up the lady's stupid chud son and give it back to her. And lie about the baby being cute. Because I'm the only real cutie patootie around here. I mean, because it's the humane thing to do. And I need these musical records to become very human. Oh look, I'm walking up to the boss already due to storage issues. Yay! You know, I can't decide whether the city before the Puppet Frenzy was either the safest city in the world or Gotham City, because under what circumstances would creating a Donkey Kong Blanca-infused FNAF animatronic be safer than whatever was already in the city? But I woke up like 10 minutes ago, and I just really need to pass, so if you don't mind, you're just an early game boss. I'm just gonna... Well, that was nearly the first try, so surely I gotta get on the next one. Oh, this is gonna be a bit of an issue, huh? Bad news. My damage is being suggested to his health bar, and he is putting me on hold. I also got hit by his grab more than I'd like to admit. Because I'm stupid, or because I'm lonely, and really need the embrace of someone, anyone, to remind me I'm not alone in this world. It's probably the first thing. After a few more mishaps, I think I'm really starting to regret this challenge. So many close fights that could have ended sooner if my damage was actually real, and there, and physical, and did something. So, my old decrepit brain decided this is the fight where I finally developed the main strategy I will use throughout the whole run. I call it the discharge strat. What do you do if you don't do a lot of damage and that doesn't make it hard to die in this dark and damp city? You make it so you live long enough to make the butter knife you're wielding eventually translate into meaningful damage. This whole time, I've been secretly allocating all of my stats towards vitality and capacity so I can take as many hits as possible before dying. Furthermore, and this is where the discharge part of the strat comes in, I will be abusing the discharge feature, where if you run out of pulse cells, you can earn another one by dealing damage. With this new strategy developed, I'm ready to take him down. I may or may not have lost a lot of footage. Now it's time to rank the weapon. Good golly, this is really terrible. But there is somehow worse weapons, D tier. With Electro defeated, I am rewarded with a brand new weapon. And it's the... chosen by Andy, who would totally hit Eternity rank soon. He just needs to keep gambling. A very, elegant weapon. It ought to do decent damage and not much else, honestly. But more importantly, the P organs are finally unlocked. And I invested in the not dying skill tree to continue abusing discharge. Get called a good boy without my consent again.
Be a good boy to me.
Continue on to the... I talked to some weird guy on the phone because I'm very human. I'm ready to get a new weapon for my collection. I roll my sleight of hand check and get a nat 1. So I do what any player would and rip off the safe door and collect the Salamander Dagger. Even though I've already played this game, I still fell for it. Watch a cube fall down and witness the natural birth of one of the natives of the Workshop Union wildlife. It's unfortunate that I have strayed too close to the young one, and this newly birthed creature sees me as prey. Unfortunately for this one, I am invincible. Gotta be the most annoying enemy in the game. I'll be adding this enemy to my documentary. After that kerfuffle, I changed my clothes to better blend into my environment, so I can more closely examine this habitat. You know, in all honesty, this weapon ain't half bad. This place sure is, interesting. I think those balls might be a distant relative of that shield guy. Add it to the list. Oh, it just keeps getting worse. Help! I'm just gonna pick up the fire axe and get out of here. Moving on, I don't really care. Ignoring her, I talk to this gentleman who offers me a fine piece of literature. Well, y'all know me. I am a very inquisitive mind, so of course I have to oblige. It could be info related to the wildlife of this area. I then tried to incite an angry mob among the other puppets, who also got ripped off by that cat, and nearly died. I moved to claim more territory, and... oh no, it's the big brother of that shield guy! Killing me will bring his brother back to life, but burning me to death will be a good alternative. After getting sent back to the lobby, I'm forced to confront it again. And get jump scared by this thing too. Another creature to add to the habitat. However, I've unfortunately become too deeply ingrained in this habitat's food web, so I'm forced to hunt down the big brother for sustenance. Man, that weird shovel guy got hands. Taking down that guy was troubling. It's fine now. I have gone too deep. I'm now considered an invasive parasite within this ecosystem, and due to a lack of competition, this ecosystem is being destroyed, and I'm forced to travel far to find shelter. Oh wait, is that a safe I can lockpick? Ah yes, new clothes. What was I talking about? I accidentally walked into a room that is actually a great example of one of the first law's many addendums. That I must only kill the boss on sight if they have a name and health bar, so I leave him alone for now. Continuing my hunt is a new apex predator. Oh, that's a new one to add to the list. Now that I see his name and health bar, I need to kill him. I'm already considered invasive and this environment is already doomed, so I must destroy everything. The donkey will not be merely an apex predator.
It will be its lone sovereign on a pile of oil and cogs.
It is extremely unfortunate, however, that the donkey is not immune to the corruption of the festering cesspool whose puppets of the future make their homes in. Yes, I know you can disable the swamp, but I am locked into killing his boss now that I've seen their health bar, so I can't leave now. Alongside that, the puppet of the future also has the unique aspect of hitting really, really hard, and kills me by existing. grab the most overrated weapon in the entire game. I never used it before. But not before succumbing, not to the corruption, but from the pain of being so excited to acquire a new weapon. But first I must rank the weapon. It's the most I weapon so far, so I'll give it an I tier, B tier. Now assembling the new weapon. It is the... chosen by Goop Hollow, who will play Liza P after watching this video, or else I'll do a Skylander unboxing on his address. I'll be honest, this weapon is not great. It can sure do damage and nearly get me killed on my first test run with it against 2 enemies. Doing a few more miscellaneous tasks, I finally head into the hearts of the jungle and meet one of the goats, Venini. He tells me to go do something. I don't know, I didn't really pay attention. I just think his accent is funny. Do some sick parkour and... oh no, it's one of you again. I really need to get out of this place. It's messing with my head. It's making you think I'm one of the wildlife here. But first, I must fulfill my civil duty as wildlife and maul a random civilian for the one time. After haunting this civilian about his past, he decided to lose his marbles and... alright, no more jokes. This fight was awful. Not because it was hard, but because of... well, I'll just speed up the whole fight for you. Yep. Well, that's the end of this weapon, and it came as quickly as it went, but nearly got me killed a few times. It did not stay around for long and was used in like 3 fights. C tier. Although we won't be saying our goodbye to the fire exploit just yet, because our next weapon is... chosen by Daniel, who will totally hit silver rank soon. He just needs to keep gambling. Small immediate problem. His blade is bad. A stabbing blade on a dagger is not good. After testing it, only the light attacks I stab, so I guess I'm just going to be doing only heavy. I sure do love pressing R2. After mauling that random civilian, I think it's time I break away from the donkey apex predator and sneak away like a tiny little mouse. I get the weapon to +2 because I'm worried about the damage, and I have one of the stupidest deaths I've ever seen. I woke up to my favorite alarm sound and get ready to escape this place and get back to what really matters. I don't really know what's my plot line here. I'm kind of writing the script as I go along. It'll be a tough fight, and the damage! More like I will hit triple digit damage! I haven't had damage this heavenly the entire game. I'm invincible.
It is even funnier a second time.
I may have become complacent. Whatever. Go my short compilation. That was damage so beautiful it makes me want to cry. But now it's time to rank the weapon. Daggers are broken in Liza P. The heavies are really fast and they do tons of stagger. Combining it with the strong slashing weapon just made it really, really strong. A completely unexpected S tier. I got a sore throat. I feel like I just did one of these, but it's time for a salamander's other half to get a chance. Alongside a newcomer. Put your hands together and welcome the chosen by Vertigo, who can tell you the exact number of art pieces for every category in Rule 34. I haven't actually checked with them if this is a lie or not, I really hope it is. Outside of looking flat out ridiculous, especially with the Brit-Italy.Mad backstab, I also believe this is our first elemental blade of the run, which is especially notable when the new enemy type in the next area is very vulnerable to fire damage, where I won't be able to use the weapon. Another fun thing is the fact it barely does not kill these enemies, and takes one additional hit, leading to me getting ledge when I had revenge. Walking back and nearly dying again, another weakness reveals itself. The range is also terrible, while still not being all that fast anyways. To make myself feel better, I pick up a weapon with excellent potential. Where you see the pipe wrench head is one of the best blades in the entire game, along with the funny factor. Now what is the funny? Another one? Oh, they resist fire.
Snake man.
Discharge strat.
Do you again? Still, I'm now a minimal little dude.
While I may not be the donkey I once was, I'm still the rat that got away. Storytelling. Moving through this town and immediately falling for one of Liza P's many pranks, I reasoned the only way to get this town fixed up and up to code is to visit the cathedral about a possible reconstruction project. Yep, that's the story I'm telling for this area, and considering the economic state of crop during this puppet frenzy. Ooh, a butterfly. I learned this one back in Dark Souls 2. Walk into what seems to be a local homeless shelter. I go inside looking for directions to the cathedral, where I'm immediately jumped by 7 homeless men. Unfortunately for them, I have killed their greatest homeless knife fighter, so no person without proper residence can defeat me, which is surprisingly unhelpful. Fun fact, did you know the Scrapped Watchman has a vacation home in the Bahamas? Walking up to another NPC with no healing, because I was too lazy to walk back despite knowing what was going to happen. Again, with no healing.
If you're determined, are you?
Okay, now pause. Zoom in. Zoom out. I can't read it. Zoom in. Again, zoom out. This is a small dilemma I had, because this is a boss you can fight later, or now if you don't give her the greeting you learned from killing the survivor. But under Rule 1 it says I need to defeat every boss possible. That rule was kind of just made for this, so... Once again, I knew this would happen. I still didn't go get more healing.
Even if it hurts,
but nah, I'd win.
Child, only the worthy depart. Are you not wishing more? You should thank me, child.
Damn, she must own a home. Okay, properly this time. Range also terrible. Now ranking the weapon. It was short-lived, but it really didn't do a whole lot. It was just bad to mid in all honesty. Also, the not having fire damage for the next area makes me irrationally upset, and it's making me rank this weapon lower than it probably is. C tier. Moving on, wait. I didn't assemble the weapon yet. Coming back. Dark Souls 2's taught me nothing. Hold on, just to make sure. Okay, now I can show off the weapon. I will not be giving initial thoughts on this. I know what it is, and if you played this game, you probably know too.
The funny factor has blessed me.
Chosen by Trek Dino, D1 gambling addict, and 3-time poker world champion. Go gambling, and never quit. Hitching a ride to the cathedral,
not bad.
I spot what I believe to be a priest. But it was a monster. Let's see what this weapon can do. Well, now that I'm near the boss and also grabbed every weapon I needed to, thanks Aladoro, I can't get the good ambulance. Let's go on a side quest, because I found a buried treasure map in the basement. Left by Gold P. Roger, King of the Liars. It's so stupid. Who apparently left all the world has to offer there in one piece. Hey, Vanini. Okay, throw this thing, pick this up, open this door. I found it! Everything this world has to offer. Clothes. This can't possibly be the treasure. Alright, I think I'm properly dressed for my appointment. As you might be able to guess, especially after the fact I put this whole area into a compilation, this weapon is completely overpowered and is trivializing poor Andreus. After all, this is the combo used to one-shot bosses. While I'm nowhere near optimized, the damage is simply too great. While it may look like I'm taking a lot of unnecessary damage, it's because I am. This weapon has made me turn my brain on. And I don't need a brain where I'm going. To phase 2! Alright, so the best strategy for phase 2 is to ignore the phase 2 part and just go to the other side where it's kind of just phase 1 again. Excuse me, don't mind me, I'm just passing through. Excuse me, sorry. Scoot to the side a little bit. Okay, now it's just a slip. Ah, it appears I have been struck by corruption. Ironic. I have done nothing but good for this city, and I have certainly not participated in any shady activities. I'm at 1 pulse cell, I should really start trying. While I may be out of healing, I'm not out of options, and I will simply make more anyways, thanks to discharge. You fool, Andreus. With this extremely overpowered weapon and this discharge strat, I am invincible. What, you think I'm gonna do the same joke? Think I'm a hack? Think I'm not funny? I can do different jokes. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. And I am indeed unfunny. Just cut to the second try where I kill him. There's not much to say about this fight anymore. Man, I suck at doing boss scripts.
I could do this all day.
And now, the stage is set. I want to go back to the old Krat. The old me. Before the greed overtook me.
What a weird guy. I really want. Moving on to the tier list. If you paid attention for like the past 2 minutes maybe, I think you can guess where I'm ranking this thing. It's one of the best weapons in the entire game, and I got really lucky getting it here. S tier. Unfortunately, I have to lock this weapon away forever, and I'm really not looking forward to the next one. Chosen by Senku, who I've seen summon a swarm of locusts to attack local farmers because the farmer's kid gripped him in an anime battle simulator. Now for context, my first playthrough was a Motivity playthrough, and I thought this weapon was cool at first, due to it being essentially a Bloodborne trick weapon. Not so, because this weapon is a one-trick Lord Rocket on Marvel Rivals. They literally sit there and click one button. This being the Spear Form's Uncharged Heavy. It is fast, has insane reach, and does a lot of damage, basically invalidating every other move you can do on this weapon. So why would I ever do anything else? And that made this weapon in my first playthrough really boring to me.
I survived the trapper, dude.
Oh. Ugh. This can't be happening. Not even close.
Good job, I worked for the entity.
Entering deeper into the mystical region of Brazil. After being greeted by the locals, I walk around and find— what the hell is that?! Thank goodness this weapon is obscenely brain dead. Sailing forth, we're not doing this again. Wait a minute. Why am I here? Hey Geppetto, why am I in Brazil? Tax collection, as well as getting me the Men 13-in-1 shampoo bottle from the Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh, okay, I'll just be going, I guess.
Good boy.
Alright, well, I got the mission. It's time to infiltrate.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Y'all didn't see that. Oh, sweet, a red lobster and you! What do you have to say for him?
Factory. But you're here, so... Wait,
I thought you would have been burnt to a crisp.
brother, being too frank is rude. Why not join forces?
They're the Black Rabbit Brotherhood.
We heard their hideout is stuffed with treasure, and it's a good time.
All you have to do is create a distraction.
So, smart
Alright.
choice.
Well, it seems it's time for a team-up.
And
What do you think? Not bad, eh? Our new doubles.
Alright, yeah, get him. Alright, yeah. Yeah. These guys suck. Y'all didn't see that.
Whoa, hold on. It's been a
Are you
while since I
serious?
worked like that. I got aches, you know? And I wouldn't want to cramp your style. I'll take a breather here, then catch up later.
That was a short-lived team-up. I could take the ladder. Or... Man, these tax raiders sure do have a lot of guardians. Oh, this is the Mad Donkey's comically oversized knife. I miss you, buddy. Is Geppetto calling me again? No, it's just that weird guy.
Collect my 400 Riddler trophies.
No. What a weirdo. Lies P is my favorite platformer. Are you fucking...
Alright, Soft Hands.
Funny thing, I'm all flustered.
Who the hell are you? Pay your taxes. Nice. Net. Did you just read that? Oh, finally, a red lobster. I'm starving. I see it's self-serve. And they have their own black market dealer here too? Oh, this is a bougie red lobster.
Looking good. Who'd have thought
I
we'd make
don't
it
know
this far?
you! Bed Bath & Beyond is just ahead, but where are those tax raiders?
You better not mess with my gang, or you'll be messing with Oopie Goopy. General Munchkin Man. Lil Jim Bob. And worst of all, Larry.
Found them.
Bring it on.
They think they're so tough. I'll teach them not to pay their taxes. Damn, Big Bro got hands. Hey, this ain't fair. You got help. You let me kill your brother.
Come on! You played nice with the others. Don't you
Lil
wanna
Jim
play
Bob.
with me, Mr. Puppet? Right there.
Oopie Goopy.
A small explanation of what has happened. The way this works is that at certain HP thresholds, the other members of the Black Rabbit's Brotherhood will come in, and you can either deal with them or ignore them and get jumped. Alright, that's it. It's time to leverage the true strength of my build.
You ain't seen nothing like
Ooh, big stick. Me no care, me smack with sword. Hey, press button. Win.
Bro, he's not thinking, just get him.
Ignore all danger. Just hit button.
I give up.
I'm better.
This puppet's crazy!
taxes are collected, and before I change my weapon, I'm going to go into the Bed Bath & Beyond. This portrait might be nice. Oh, and the 13-in-1 men's body wash is here too.
This
Here, Geppetto.
portrait.
It is a nice portrait. I'm sure I did this for a very specific reason, which I won't divulge. Okay, enough stalling, time to rank it. Well, I think I could say that in all honesty, I underrated the weapon hard. I did that second attempt mostly as a joke because I had no fable to change the weapon's form. And I kinda just walked through the whole fight due to the hype armor. Maybe this weapon isn't just a one-trick pony. And for how funny that was, I have to rate it in S tier. Well, that weapon was more than just an RT spammer. So let's see if this next weapon surprises me too. And man, I really hope it does. Up next is the... Oh god. Chosen by Gatsu, who may seem like a silly little guy, but his eyes betray the horrors of the atrocities he's committed. Now as a first impression, I'm out! This weapon is another one of those goofy, I only deal stabbing damage with a slashing blade. If he could just swing it like a normal person, this weapon would work. But no, I can't. I can only stab with it, like an idiot. Granny is a gift for us, and it's a key to open the door I've never mentioned because I'm not good at foreshadowing. And this was done in order to reveal... another door! Going through that door, we enter... back to business as usual, stabbing the locals. I get to test out the damage.
Oh my goodness! Squidward!
I suppose I've had it too good for too long. This is supposed to be a challenge run. And also an excuse to make a video. But still, this damage is actually tragic. Seriously, these are weak generics. At least a backshot can kill them. But I cannot overstate enough how bad this damage is. At the very least, it can do no damage really fast.
Creeper! Oh man!
Going to the streets, I see puppets which actually don't die. Seriously, I'm poking them with a soggy noodle and having them pretend to take damage at this point. The only reason they are dying is because they feel bad for me and explode to make me feel like I'm doing something. This is especially bad because there's a weapon back there, but there's a small militia in front of it. The resulting skirmish leads to me getting shot, blown up, and stabbed multiple times. But I come out victorious and claim the weapon. If that small group of enemies gives me this much trouble, what am I supposed to do against the next boss? Well, that's future me's problem. Progressing towards the, lovely display. Talking to the puppet in the middle, I hear a strange woman talking about, I think, killing me. It is then proved immediately by the white lady coming down, threatening to kill me. Wait, what was I gonna do against the next boss? Well, that's future me's problem. Damn past me. Is she serious? Oh my god, what is this fight? What are we doing? This is the battle of negative damage, I guess.
You stole my sister from me, rotten puppets!
This really is Dark Souls 2. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually at a loss for words. This fight just needs to end. It's been going on for like 4 minutes.
You stole my sister from me, rotten puppet!
I generally don't know what to say. Me and the boss both just did like no damage to each other. let's just go get our next weapon. Yeah, the ranking. I guess I'll rank the weapon now. I literally complained about it the entire time I was using it. The damage is horrendous, but its speed, not awful range, and short use time keeps it out of F tier and into D tier. Okay, I went from very high damage weapons to some of the lowest I've ever seen. So hopefully this next weapon can even it out, I guess. Up next is the... chosen by Fish, and if you're wondering, yes, they drew that icon in MS Paint when I asked them. They also actually gave me a lie they want me to use. And that being, I'm a cringe emo nerd. Wait, that's terrible, it barely counts as a lie. What's that is true? Okay, this doohickey was created because they wanted to pick the most trash looking weapons and combine them together to make some kind of uber trash weapon. I think I can confidently say, they failed! They lose! The damage is so much better than the previous weapon, it takes like the nectar of the gods! Or maybe that's the sewer one that got in my mouth. Nonetheless, I also discovered fighting a big dude here that the charge heavy actually has guard moves, which in layman's terms means I could just spam charge heavies in front of enemies and I'll probably auto block them and I won't die. This is incredible. I mean, the range is awful, the damage is a bit low, and it's a little slow, and I got diagnosed with heart disease, but this is incredible! After getting lost in the sewers for an embarrassing amount of time, I came out the other side, ignored my problems, and opened a shortcut and nearly get blown up. Why do I smell a barbecue? Oh. But that isn't the only thing on fire right now. Check out this clip. Thousands of times. Turning the corner, I improved in this weapon's lack of height. After getting my spine crushed like a can of soda by two of the most locked-in enemies I've ever seen, I can confidently say that using a weapon diagnosed with heart disease is not a good idea. Running past the two men of doom and despair, I pick up a quest item for some guy I talked to off screen. And if you want any details about that, you need to go buy the game, or pause and go to the description of this video, because I'm never going to mention this again. Upgrading my doohickey 9000, I decided now is the best time to descend into the inferno below. After getting a warm welcome, I began taking down all the random cronies. Oh, there's a boss. You just showed up, you didn't get no intro build-up or nothing. That's sad. Hold on, I'll play you in a little bit, just alright, now I'm ready. I have to say, I love not thinking with these charge heavies. Who knew the secret to defeating someone with heart disease was something with heart disease? Wait, how does a weapon get heart disease? I arrive at the... Now ranking the weapon. This really surprised me because I didn't even collect the handle of this weapon in my first playthrough, so I had actually no idea this existed. But the charge heavies being able to block and let me just mash in front of enemies is really funny. I ranked this doohickey in A tier. The next weapon handle is one I actually had recently. Like, one weapon ago recent. Back like it never left, along with an old favorite. The... Chosen by Jogo. whose Fortnite locker is probably worth more than my house at this point. I'm not sure how to feel about this weapon. I know it's one of the best early weapons for advanced builds, but one problem. I'm not an advanced build. But damage stats aren't real, and they don't matter if I'm too tanky to die. Before I head into the Opera House, I realized I never actually finished the Mauling district. So I go back, talk to some guy who sells cubes and I didn't mention before and will never mention again, and collect the gold coin fruit. This is worth mentioning, and the fact that this tree is useless to me, because I can't respec or use cubes. I don't know why I did or mentioned this. Anyways, going to the Stella Opera House, I finally get to head inside. Testing out the damage, it is super... okay. Figures, considering my stats. Almost every enemy in this place, being all 2/3 of them, inflict a disruption status effect, aka the status effect that instantly kills you. Do you want to guess what it does? That's right, it instantly kills you. After cutting it close, twice, I run back and rethink my strategy. I decide to run in, kill none of the enemies, and get myself trapped in a corner. Now, you may think this is a stupid strategy. And you're right. After nearly dying again to the same group of enemies, I start to reason this spicy toothpick might not be great for my survivability here. So I do the healthiest thing you can ever do, and simply ignore all my problems and pretend they aren't there. Unfortunately, my problems are giant puppets, and not something I can actually ignore, like my court summons. After once again nearly dying to the status effect that instantly kills you, again I run past, grab the pick, and head down to the mines. I also collected a goodie box to give to another NPC I never mentioned. Wow, I'm terrible at introducing these people. And purchased a Tyrant Murder Dagger, which I think I could have taken out of the box myself for free, but whatever. Trudging past the employees, I go and meet this random singer and give her an apple. And go on to fight the boss. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I fighting this random enemy? When did this happen? I recorded this, how do I not remember this? Okay, now I'm actually going to the boss. I hope I didn't miss the show. That show sucked. I paid 1,000 ergo to be here. God dang it, now he's mad. Try. I always knew inside every man is a femboy waiting to be released. Hey, remember that hidden rule I mentioned a long time ago? That's right! Because this boss's second phase changes names and health bars, I, by my own rules, need to use a different weapon. Because technically, the King of Puppets is defeated. So the hidden rule is, if a boss has multiple names and health bars, I must switch to another weapon as chosen by the friend whose weapon initially started the battle. If I die, I go back to the previous weapon that started the battle. Which means Jogo chose 2 weapons. Thanks, Jogo. Also, the weapon he chose is considered the worst weapon in the entire game. And while the damage is something it does, I guess, the range and speed is catastrophically bad. The only thing about this weapon that can save me are its charged heavies. And I almost defeated him first try until he did the Flame Waterfowl. That attack is one of the hardest to parry in the whole game, and I very quickly die. I will also have a tiny death counter to that move alone in the corner. This is surely not indicative of my attempts. This is going to be a long one. I did it. That was a lot harder than I expected. It took like an hour.
Incredible!
Shut up, Jiminy! Now ranking the weapons, plural, for the first time. The first weapon, the toothpick, was really disappointing. Using a weapon you don't have stats in is just an awful idea. C tier. Now for the blind man's handle and the exploding pickaxe. I didn't give it much of an intro because it was literally used in one fight, but it was pretty awful during it. If I use it any longer than one fight, this would probably be F tier, but due to its short usage, D tier. Well, that was a disaster. The opera house is on fire. I committed regicide. I'm down 1,000 ergo. I had to kill Romeo with the worst weapon in the game. And prom's tomorrow! Hopefully this next weapon can alleviate the situation, at least a little. I sure do hope it's something with usable damage, range, and speed. Up next is the... chosen by D, which is our first double dip, because I don't have 34 unique friends who will all respond to me in time for recording this video, and they are seen as the most feared pirate captain on Blox Fruits. Onto the weapon and... oh, it's you again. With a slashing blade and a stabbing handle again. Daring today, aren't we? At least it's a dagger, so it's fast, right? The pickaxe is slowing it down. It's a dagger, so its range is also terrible. Okay, that's fine. I just gotta get to the next boss to get rid of this. When's the next boss? I mean, it's 2 whole areas before the next main story boss, so surely there's one. Okay, so I gotta go through 2 whole areas and a main story boss with just this thing. It seems my challenge run is going to actually start being challenging. But first, I should go and check up on that lady I gave the apple to.
There's another record.
Well, now that I'm a suspect in this murder, I am forced to change my identity and quickly flee the scene. I then find Geppetto, who tells us to go to the Grand Exhibition to look for a cure to the petrification disease, which I had never mentioned before, and will instead say that I'm going there because they have really good churros or something stupid like that. I am now off and on my way, and oh my, I forgot about the weapon. It's not too bad now, but oh, it'll be so much worse later. For now, they are too depressed about me killing their only sovereign to fight back that hard, so it's not that bad. I also pick up one of the most forgettable weapons in the entire game, and head into the... Also, for lore reasons, my hair has gotten longer. I originally had a joke here, but I didn't find it very funny, so I cut it. But anyways, I'm actually doing double-digit damage, and the game is already halfway over. It is becoming a genuine struggle to kill anything, and this weapon is at +7. Seriously, this weapon has nothing going for it. It was so bad I started using consumables, and I hate using consumables. Battling through this maze of a level was definitely one of the hardest sections of this challenge. It was a dramatic spike in difficulty compared to the earlier sections of this game. However, because I was forced to run past all the enemies, I discovered that these puppet enemies actually attack any enemy carcass they see. While I knew this is what they do, I didn't know it could be achieved here. This ended up being very helpful, and very niche. However, I appreciate any cheese strategy, no matter how accidental or intentional they are. After tying up any loose ends, I progress deeper into... Run! Leave me alone! My damage is still abysmal! Making it to a safe zone, I go to the merchant and acquire a comically oversized pizza cutter. I then walk through some poison gas, bait out all the enemies, and safely claim the last weapon of this area. Going into the wine cellar because I'm bored, I meet... him. The most notorious non-boss enemy in Lies of P. Known for destroying countless players and ruining the game for everyone. This is the single most overrated enemy in all of Lies of P. He's really not that hard. He's very easy to parry, and even with the weapon as awful as this one, he poses no trouble. I really don't know why this enemy is so infamous. He's a fraud. The 3 carcasses up ahead got closer to killing me than this guy ever did. He wasn't even a problem in my first playthrough. I literally don't know what the problem with him was. Like, people died to this guy? I literally can't believe it. Also, I grabbed the old woman some wine. I don't remember if I mentioned her in the script, but I'm too lazy to check at the time of writing this. Don't read this. Oh, oops. Yeah, whatever. That's all this area has to offer. So now I can move on to the... Okay, time to get some churros. Okay, this is really desperate. Well, aren't you a large lad? This is just sad. I have nothing to say. Oh joy! I now know what electric shock does more than halfway through the game. I love Lies of P tutorials. Coming back to Take My Revenge. Taking the trolley, I am finally able to enter the Grand Exhibition proper. These oversized rooms are easy to parry, and surely I will never die to one. They're only a problem if there's more than one enemy anyways. Actually, that's a problem with every enemy here. If there's more than just one, I just die. Running past again, No! I left you behind at the factory! Testing out my new strategy on another one of those big lads. It, doesn't go how I wanted it to. Okay, this place sucks. I think there might not be a worse place to get this weapon. After beating that big lad, I circle back around for some reason and have a little duel to face with this random enemy. I then come to the rafters of doom and despair. These two enemies try to chuck stuff at you to throw you off, so I throw stuff at them to chuck them off. And then I face him. This will not assuredly result in my death. Huh. That wasn't that bad. Why do I hear music? Do you mind? Oh no, it's that weirdo again. An egg? Yo, are you good, big man?
There we go!
Do you mind? Oh, thanks, she's back. Okay, a little risky, but other than that, I should be relatively safe. Nah. You know what? I ain't scared of you, I just got a shortcut. Get over here. I should have just gone to the Stargazer. Alright, round 2. This ain't my first time handling big buff men. So one may be wondering, and that one is me. Why does it take me 15 more minutes to reach the boss? That's because I need to talk to an NPC before the boss to make sure she doesn't bite the dust. Which leads to me going back to the rafters of doom and despair, and needing to go past him again. Okay, that's really annoying. Let's try that again. Alright. Again! Oh. Now I gotta do it all again. Could you get out of my way? Wait, I've never seen this before. What is this? Alright, I'm sick of this. Now I can finally talk to the NPC to guarantee a lot of humanity later so I can acquire the super secret weapon ASAP. Okay, now I can finally fight the boss and end this stupid weapon's reign of terror.
Welcome to my grave. This is where evolution becomes real. Period. I am Victor, the champion
Well, Victor, if that is your favorite kind of bad.
Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. I'm back to, let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows.
He must be born again.
Oh, that's bad. This compilation is different. Why do I feel like a victim?
When it impacts up your gut, you wanna try to beat the champ, you ain't tough enough. Stick and move, do your best, then I counter punch. Man, I fake from precision, aim hitting for your brain. Cause I train with the wisdom, gain vision through the pain. I will bang through the system, stay vicious in the game. And I'm back forever, you can't stop my reign. I'm back to, let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. I'm back to, let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows.
He was holding back.
I wanna see how you rock, if you break or not. Wanna take my spot, better train the box. So with the game on lock and my ring won't stop. I'm back to, let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows.
I have a slight feeling this coral blue number 2 semi-gloss lipstick looking fellow is gonna be a bit of a problem.
But now back as the champion, balls go rock. Ready, no, stop, yeah, it's getting just over my block. I'm locked in the clinch, I'm about to go off. I was lost, but now back as the champion, boss. When I break through, I shake fools with great moves and train to stay loose. My power stays blue. Hit me if you want my chin, it's like credit. Keep throwing your best out, but I'm still left standing. I rock steady, my heart's heavy with fire. Call me the trailblazer, I'm taking this game higher. I move fast like a sweet bag, throwing right crosses so your weak jabs. It feels good without the implants in me. Here to show the world that my skills wanna skin deep. I'm charging the wind speed, moving in the frenzy. Show I'm the champ, leaving something to envy. I say defiant in the sweet science, ready to rumble in the jungle of these weak lions. Yeah, I'm a legend, a street giant. If you could last 3 rounds against me, fool, keep trying. I'm back to, let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. I'm back to, let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. Put 'em up, show me what you got. I wanna see how you rock, if you're great or not. Wanna take my spot, better train the box. I put the game on lock and my ring won't stop. I'm back to, let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows.
I don't know if I can beat him with this weapon. It's an insult to even call it one. It's just a glorified tenderizer. It's a joke. A weapon you use once just to see how bad it is. And it's because it contains a piece of that thing. Any other blade would have been better, so why you? I want to give up, but I can't. I have to prove that every weapon, no matter how niche or terrible, has a chance to shine. This isn't your chance to shine, Victor. It's mine and this weapon. Does that count? I technically didn't kill him with the weapon. It got stolen. I'm gonna count it though. I don't really care.
I'm surprised you defeated...
Shut up! Why did you make that guy? Take this! And that! Okay, I'm gonna give this up. It's embarrassing. Now ranking the weapon. This weapon is a worthless piece of garbage and has long overstayed its welcome and got me put into a compilation in my own video. This is our very first F tier. Now I can introduce our next weapon. And wow, we literally cannot go lower. Chosen by Snowluck, who will be buying me a Nintendo Switch 2. This is our first weapon where its weapon and handle would not change despite the option being available. And it's an advanced weapon, so I don't expect much from it, but hey, the charging mechanic of it could be fun. Oh, it's you two. I'm not even gonna do the bit or mention what I got from you two. I'm just gonna move on. Listen, in all honesty, I don't really want to talk about this area. I do not like this place. How did you get here?
No, nigga, wait me up. Nurse the way up. Why, nurse, not a man, no, lurk, no, lose a lot. We use the emerald novel, all that shit. Never make that squid. Emulate us.
They're actually weak to my weapon. Okay, the idea or narrative for this area is that I'm trying to make it to Denny's. Never a joke or anything, I'm just hungry. Oh, I got something for you. Ah. Yeah, that's all I got. Anyways, I buy some suspiciously rocky road ice cream. Nearly die to a one-off enemy, and go back down to Tower 2. Are you serious? Okay, on to what really matters. Beefing with one-off enemies who resist your weapon. Skipping ahead more, I do some Fortnite emotes with this puppet. Go up a tower and get an axe I sadly never use. And walk past two bosses I don't feel like killing yet. Get crushed by a ball and fall to my death. Wait. Get crushed by a ball and fall to my death. Then do it again. Okay, dodge the balls this time and get mauled by a bear instead? What? Not even close. Then get greedy for an item and fall to my death again? Why was I playing so recklessly? It was probably because I was really bored because this area sucks. I pick up a pretty good weapon though. Is this thing? Why does this area have so many annoying enemies? Alright, now I should go back and kill those two bosses. Oh look, it's another enemy from the factory. And I died. Okay, he's dead. Weapon rank to transition. Woo! I mean, it was slow. Damage was decent. Lectures is a fantastic element for using this area, so, I don't know. B tier. Also, because I'm making the video, I decided the other puppet of the future is subject to my double up rule. So, another intro. It's another exploding pickaxe weapon. Why can't I get away from you? But hey, at least not the head this time. And you know, in all honesty, this thing really wasn't half bad. Shame it's gone already though. Although now I have to rank it. If it lasted longer than one encounter, it might have been A tier, but yeah, I'll just put it in B tier. Anyways, that Rocky Road ice cream is gonna melt soon, so I better introduce it quick. It's the... chosen by John's Gap, who will eventually admit he is bad at every game he plays and promise to improve. And he chose the Frozen Feast. I hate this weapon. It's so slow and bad and clunky. And he picked it because it reminded him of Echo's weapon from League of Legends? I don't want to use this League weapon. This video is too long as is. I buy the pistol rock drill, fight the owl doctor, fight was bad and boring, nothing happened. I hate this weapon, get it out of my hands, the damage was okay. C tier. Okay, we've been cycling through weapons kinda fast, but we have to keep moving. This is the... chosen by Andy, who will hit one above all eventually, just needs to keep gambling. These weapon strikes heavies are really fun to use, because they crit a lot and you move so far with it. Anyways, boss fight. I'm not gonna lie, I really hate this dumb bugger. I mean, at least the weapon's pretty good. I sure am glad I get to use this the whole fight. Oh, their name changes. While this weapon may have been a part of that combo, this blade is actually usable, so this weapon is actually quite good. Yeah, no, cut the music. I'm not giving this chewed up Popeye leftovers a proper edit anymore. I'm just gonna do the bare minimum, show my defs and eventual win. I could go on and on about the stupid decay, annoying attacks, terrible hitboxes, but I'm not going to. So I'm not going to give it the dignity of the others. Fuck you, Green Monster. Your stupid boss name change too. Okay, time to rank them. Another reason I skipped through this boss because these weapons are both good. It was just me sucking against the boss. The charge heavy with all the crits was super fun. I give the Spear of Honor in A tier. And way to redeem yourself by being a dagger with a usable blade. I will also give the Tyrant Murderer dagger in A tier. Well, that sucked. At least our boss weapon's pretty cool. Shame I can't use it, because I have to use this next one. It's the chosen by Trek Dino, notable for his inability to play 7 gacha games at once. There should be nothing wrong with the weapon, but, you know, let's have a moment of calm. This video has been going on for a while. I don't know if you watched this video in segments or watched it all at once, but hey, if you watched or enjoyed any amount of my video, I really appreciate it. And I'm not sure if anyone outside of my friends are going to watch this, but if you are, thank you. And please consider dropping a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, moment of calm over. Back to my slop content. Speaking of content, haven't I been here before? Yeah, this is Kratz Station where P woke up. This looks really familiar. I also pick up a weapon here and begin to head out. Ah yes, Robber Weasel, my favorite boss in the whole game. I totally didn't forget they existed before making the video. Unfortunately for the Weasel, I have played Dark Souls 2 and I can easily walk around and backstab them. The Lies P backstab detection just isn't very good. Damn it. I'm now the second guy ever to die to Robber Weasel. Let it be known, however, that they are still doing better than the scoreboard and Parade Master. That dude is a bum.
just wanted a full belly. That's not so
Okay, tier list time. This weapon sure did damage, and it was decent damage too. Not really much else I could want, so B tier. Defeating the menace that was Robber Weasel has awarded me with... What is this thing? Wow, this sure is something. Chosen by Fish, who will give me that cup of froyo I earned eventually. And while these weapons can be good with the right combination, these two together are dog water. They actively fight against each other, and no one in their right mind would actually use this thing. So on to using this thing, I start to get flashbacks to darker times, and decide I should really go outside and get some fresh air. Of course, the fresh air being filled with disease and monsters reminded me that this weapon sucks. Like, really bad. I pick up a weapon I really wish I was using instead, and get obliterated. In all honesty, it is becoming embarrassing just how long it takes for this weapon to start doing something. I also buy a shovel, because you need everything you can get when you're playing P versus zombies. Well, time to move on and what the... Okay, things are a little worse than I thought. And yet it gets worse. I can't destroy the crystals fast enough before it instantly kills me. So running it is. Yeah, this section is gonna be bad. You know, it's weapons like these that remind me that this is a challenge. And who really needs enemies when you have friends who make you play one of your favorite games like a lunatic? But now it's time to bet on your favorite lunatic because I am unwillingly entering the Homeless Knife Fighting World Championship 2025. Apparently, killing a world champion homeless knife fighter puts you into a lot of debt, and now we need to win this tournament or the organizers will break my legs. Luckily, due to the rumbling going on outside, most of the competition has already died, so I'm already put into grand finals. And my next opponent is... Wait, I didn't mean to go timeout, timeout! Fortunately for me, the HKFWC doesn't account for Resurrection and Black Magic yet. The 2026 rules will. Ref, do something! Wait, damn it, it's 2025 rules. Black Magic isn't banned yet. I miss Mad Donkey. This meta of Resurrection and Black Magic has really destroyed the integrity of the game. He wouldn't have wanted this.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new 2025 World Champion. Let's put him on the mic.
I worked hard for this win. It's always been my dream. I'm totally not here against my will. And I want to say, I hate you, Fish, in particular, for picking this weapon. And now it's on to the ranking. After narrowly avoiding getting my kneecaps broken, I can confidently say this weapon was a major detriment to making sure that didn't happen. The only thing this thing has going for it is its electric damage, which isn't that effective against an area that actively resists electric. Therefore, the only thing this weapon deserves is our second ever F tier. Well, as new champion of the homeless people, I need a new, bigger, and better knife. One that has been graciously provided by a friend. Introducing the... chosen by Goop Hollow, who will be hearing from my lawyers about the skin he owes me. And he chose what can be loosely described as a knife. While this spade may look unassuming, and have the same handle everyone else chooses, again, I actually think this is not a bad weapon. Oh jeez! Huh, that could have been worse. Okay, things have gone terribly wrong in the 10 minutes I was away. I tried calling 911, but there was just that weird guy again. Then I realized there was a chance to own another fraud, so I abandoned the idea. After all, I have never lost to Parade Master! This means something to me, man! This means something to me! Before we meet our friends at the hotel, I shall rank this weapon. I'm overjoyed this weapon was actually good, because I vowed never to lose to Parade Master, and a bad weapon would have been very disadvantageous for me. I would rank this weapon in A tier, but for personal reasons, this weapon is... S tier. Okay, now to go into the hotel. Oh my god, it's horrible. It destroyed everything. They even put a live, laugh, love sign, those bastards!
Who's there? I'll never open this door. You might as well give up. Oh, it's you. Is it safe out there? Give me a sec. Okay, come in.
I'm sorry, child. Geppetto has been kidnapped.
They even took Geppetto. I don't really care about that. But it's mostly about the live, laugh, love sign. Kidnapping Geppetto was one thing, but that was too far. I must now prepare to head out to sea and get revenge for the live, laugh, love sign. And also get Geppetto back too, I guess. And to do that, I'll need a mighty weapon. One gifted to me by yet another previous friend. The... chosen by Vertigo, who has a 2B body pillow he cuddles with every night. And he chose the Twin Dragon Sword, the Primo Katana Dex weapon for all the nerds who like that stuff, alongside its special heavy perk, which makes it the favorite of any aspiring content creator. I think it'll be good, even with my extremely low dex. But before I see what's behind the painting and set out to sea, I am going to go spelunking for the 1000 degree knife. This really isn't doing as much damage as I thought it would be. It also has a unique dodge, which I discovered at a very unfortunate time. Dodging through some traps and fighting my way through, I finally claimed the weapon. And head into the... I also changed my outfit because I was bored. I get to show off how cool this weapon is, and claim a weapon that is not as cool. If I did this run again, I probably would have banned weapon upgrades. Huh? Why is there even a phone down here? Listen, weird guy, I don't know what's your problem, but
Is Geppetto's creation a killer? Confess.
Don't. No. Okay, that guy is even weirder than I thought. What was that? Well, at least he left me a gift box. Owie. Well, this area, in all honesty, is just a walk up to the port, so I'm just gonna skip ahead. Is that a coffin?
Death has come for you.
Oh. Shit. Yeah, so one thing I didn't consider when making the hidden rule was this boss fight. After I kill one, I need to switch my weapons, so Vertigo actually chose 4 weapons for this one fight alone.
This is for a reboot.
Need to switch quickly. Introducing the Okay, quickly, it's this is the next weapon.
We got a reboot.
Oh, you're kidding me. This weapon sucks.
We ain't losing twice.
Okay, here we go. Okay, introducing the final weapon, the...
Oh my god. I'm leaving. I'm never killing you guys again, you suckers.
And that, my friends, is why you think out your challenge run rules before you start them. Now on to the weapon ranking. We have a lot to cover. The first weapon was a Twin Dragon Sword, and this weapon, while cool, doesn't do a lot of damage when you have 8 decks. So it was mid. B tier. The second weapon was the Shovel Head with the Spear of Honor handle, and you may have noticed this weapon is really good, and I had to use it to get most of my damage during this fight. While it killed one enemy, it carried so hard I have to give it in A tier. Another reason I had to use the previous weapon so much is because of this thing. This was garbage. If it was used any longer than for killing one enemy, no doubt it would be F tier. But its use time was so short, it's only D tier. The final weapon, and the one that finished the fight, was a newcomer, actually, in the Coral Mjolnir head, and a handle we haven't seen before in the Pistol Rock Drill handle. This wasn't a very strong showing for either, so it's only C tier. Alright, it's time for yet another weapon introduction, one that's a real throwback too. Introducing the... Why can't I escape this stupid pickaxe? Just Megatsu, who knows every language that's not human. In addition to this... thing, this is the Salamander Dagger's long-awaited return. At least the heavy attacks are slashing damage, and will make the pick not awful for once. I also meet the guy who sells me my boss weapons, and promptly kill him. Because they were the one who came up with the idea of the Live, Laugh, Love sign, and I can't let them live. After doing a bunch of story stuff, I'm off to sail the 7 seas. That went better than expected.
Listen, pal. Nice landing, but let's not make it a habit. What the? Hey, it's Sophia.
If you find my body, Please help me find peace.
No, I want the achievement. A stalker. They seem legendary. Huh. That was weird. But enough about that. It's time to storm the tower and I guess take back Geppetto or something. Help, 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 help. Okay. Time for my least favorite boss in the game. Dumb, stupid, idiot boss who got shot as a good kid. Instead is a genius or something. Let's make a boss with the fatal attack. Great idea. Make it so he takes no damage unless you do a favor. I hate this boss. Stupid. It's dumb. I really hate this guy. I don't know why this guy was even messy. Literally has like 5 moves. I hate him too. It's too much damage. It's too much storage damage. It's dumb. Alright, he's dead. Weapon rank time. These weapons are having a shorter and shorter lifespan. And it's a shame too. This weapon was actually really good. And I'm a massive hater on Door Guardian. So, A tier. Now I can finally introduce a weapon that will last a bit longer than the previous ones. Introducing the... chosen by Johnsgab, who... you know what? No. You come up with the lie for this one. I don't feel like it. Onto the weapon, and it is very good, as all police baton handle weapons tend to be. In fact, the weapon was so good and its area was so long that I'm just going to skip through a lot of it. Some people don't like Moonrise Towers, but I find this area very enjoyable to go through. However, it doesn't make for good content. So, I grab a weapon you'll never see again, and do meet a nice fella who gave me some mighty fine fashion advice, I must admit. Check this out. Oh yeah, I'm beating this game in style. I also pick up a stick growing out of that painting I mentioned a while ago. And this is the weapon I needed all that humanity for, so that's one challenge complete. I wonder if the Bojangles is around here. Oh, it's you.
Whoa! Is that you?
Yeah, I think.
Brute.
I'm not sorry, but my rules do demand I kill every boss. And in all honesty, you had this coming for a long time. So, come on! Yeah, in all honesty, the fight was just kind of sad from both sides, so... time to rank the weapon. While you didn't see it, this weapon did do a lot of damage for me, making it a very easy... S tier. Alright, new weapon time. This is the... chosen by Mason, who could totally be the best NFL player. And he chose a police baton handle weapon yet again, so I basically already won. After walking through the area with yet another strong weapon, not as strong but still good, I beat a fraud, destroy them, and watch this giant puppet that I hate get dog-walked by 3 random enemies. I truly deserve to win this encounter. I then get tossed like a salad and run away. I also go into the room designed to kill P because I cannot fathom any other purpose to this room. And unfortunately, the room is functioning to maximum capacity. I max on my weapon level because frankly, I'm scared of the next boss. However, I need to move forward because I need to save Geppetto, as I figured out from one of the notes here that he's gatekeeping where the Bojangles is, and I need answers. Alright, let's settle this. Mano y mano! I'm sorry, you can keep Geppetto. I'll go to Long John Silver's or something instead, man. Please, leave me alone. will not be denied my Bojangles!
Oh, Simon. Your sword.Laxasia swears to protect this tower.
Dang, I didn't think it was that serious. Also, while I'm pairing this lightning, I would like to mention that while she has a new health bar, her name didn't change, so no new weapon for her.
Sir Simon, only you. The one.
In all honesty, I thought that would take longer. So, weapon rank time. This further proves my theory that anything compatible on the police baton handle is just obscenely overpowered. And nothing changes here. Not much to say, it's very simple. S tier. On to one of the last weapons of the run. It's time for the... Chosen by Jogo, who once found a pot of gold and ate it, thinking it was made of chocolate. It's a little slow, but I think it can do some good work. But enough about that. I need to go nearly burn alive, and then go meet the nice fellow who sells me a weapon. And then go see Hugo, who I've never mentioned before, but he's going to be replacing the boss weapons guy because I killed him. And I'll be purchasing this new weapon from him as well. Alright, now that my shopping spree is done, it's time to move forward. I want the normal ending achievement, so nah. After doing the objectively wrong thing, I can do the objectively right thing and smash these enemies' heads in with this awesome hammer. Haha, this is so fun. I sure do hope I don't die in a really stupid way. I also met up with that lady who was always with that guy I hated. Turns out it was her brother? I never really paid attention, but she's a little angry I killed him, so this is unavoidable. Let's just go get Geppetto. Hey, old man, where's the Bojangles?
Was I a trustworthy father to you?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Can you tell me where it is now?
I see.
Ugh, fine, I'll go stop silent, but you have to tell me where it is after. Before introducing our next weapon, I shall rank this weapon first. It did do a lot of damage, but it was very slow and quite bad for the Red Fox, so I'll put it in B tier. It's time to say hello to one of our final weapons. Introducing the... chosen by Leo, who actually gave me a lie he wanted me to read. That being, I want 2 sweet teas and 100 dicks. What a dumb lie. I think the wrench part is going to have to hard carry this weapon, so I don't expect much. There ain't much left. I just need to reach the top of this pizza tower, and you can bet your bottom dollar nothing can get in my way. Wait, is that one enemy from the exhibition? Why are you yellow? He's stealing my money! What is he doing? Uh-oh. I remember this effect. Still killed me more than Parade Master. But enough about that random enemy that killed me in an inordinate amount of times. It's time to finish this stupidly long video.
Is it not magnificent? Distilled immortality and a key that opens a world with no lies. A key that unlocks true evolution. Give thanks. Ergo is a gift from me, Simon Modus, who will transgress even God. Bow down to your God, who will be born now!
Hold on, I turned off the UI for the cinematic shot. Hold on. Yeah, alright, I'm ready.
This is evolution. Behold, as I discard this fragile body. Witness me as I grasp the power of a true god.
Better get my umbrella. I think it's about to start raining. I feel like I'm doing a lot for a ship to Bojangles right now. Ah, that was a very fair death. Alright, let's show why the wrench is overpowered. Watch out. But he's gonna give me the location, right? Before I confront him, I'm gonna rank the weapons. Pipe wrench is just broken. The fable art is incredible and the damage is high on any slashing handle. S tier. The umbrella provided for me by Leah was decent. Could have been an A tier, but it had one fight, so I'll just put it in B tier. Well, I doubt there's any more fights ahead. I still need to gather every weapon. So I pick up the last one. Wait, there's one missing. But that's impossible, I got everything. Unless Geppetto's not just gatekeeping my Bojangles. He's also gatekeeping the final weapon. I need to confront him, but I need someone to pick a weapon. And I know they will choose what I truly need right now. It's the... How could I have been so blind? It has been with me this whole time. It's considered the worst weapon in the entire game. This weapon is a worthless piece of garbage. This thing really wasn't half bad. Why can't I escape this stupid pickaxe? It's another exploding pickaxe weapon. Ah, you were at my side all along. My true mentor. My guiding pickaxe. Chosen by 10-foot-Fallen, who totally knew how dramatic this choice would be. Now, I'm ready to confront him. old man?
You have been a brilliant and a good boy. Give me your heart, son.
For the last time, I'm not your good boy. The weapon and location, now!
I'm disappointed in you. I didn't mean for this to happen. I believed you were a good boy. If you refuse, then I'll have to retrieve it myself. My son. Were you going to destroy Carlos' heart?
Geppetto. No!
No. You're just a useless puppet.
Where's the Bojangles, Geppetto? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This is the end of this long journey. I can finally claim the final weapon. The proof of humanity. And there's only one weapon left to introduce. The one I hold in my hand. Right now. Chosen by me, who totally got this video out in a timely way. Although, there's no more bosses to fight, so this weapon is kinda useless. But that's not the point. It marks the end of this journey, and I completed my goal of collecting every weapon. Well, except for one goal. I never got to find the Bojangles. If only I could turn back time. Welcome to the end of the video. Wow, I can't believe that you either watched all of that or skipped to the end for some reason. Frankly, thank you for putting up with me for so long. I don't think the video is all that funny, but thank you anyways. Consider liking and subscribing because I am planning to do this on the DLC on New Game Plus 1 for achievement purposes. And if for some reason you like the video, I don't want you to miss it. When I started this video, I didn't even know how to keyframe properly, but I'm excited to show you what ideas I have for next time. Eventually, because I'm gonna say the next video will not be out anytime soon. I am too lazy. Until then, thanks for watching, and have a great day.